cell signaling system. So this system was identified in the early 1990s by researchers exploring THC. All right, a well-known cannabinoid. So cannabinoids are compounds found in cannabis. All right, so we all know what cannabis is. It's a sativa flower. All right. Experts are still trying to fully understand. So there's still a lot of research that needs to be done. They're still trying to fully understand exactly what the ECS does completely. Like they have some idea, but they don't really know yet. But so far, we know that it plays a major part in regulating, as I said earlier, homeostasis. So it regulates also a wide range of functions in your body. And I forgot to tell you that this information is actually coming from healthline.com. So everything that I'm telling you guys and discussing, you can actually look and investigate yourself. You know what I'm saying? So everything I try to, all the information I ever try to give you, I try to give you accurate information from a source. Okay, so I'm also researching. So as I was saying, this plays a major role. The ECS, endocannabinoid system, plays a major role in a wide range of functions and processes, including sleep, mood, appetite, memory, reproduction, and fertility. You know, believe it or not, fertility. So it exists in your body and is active even if, check this out, even if you have never in your life, when people say, I never smoke weed, I don't do that kind of stuff. And there's nothing against those people. But the ECS is, it's there even if you've never smoked cannabis ever. Okay? So the ECS involves three main components. It's your endocannabinoid system, there's enzymes and receptors. Okay, so three major things. So the endocannabinoids are also called endogenous cannabinoids, which are molecules made by your body. So, as I said, it's naturally in your body. Your body makes these. They're similar in cannabinoids, but they're produced by your body. So, they're similar in the flower, you know, in the cannabis flower, but they're produced by your body. Experts have identified two key endocannabinoids so far. Okay, so we'll get into that a little more because that's really deep. That part is deep. All right, so I didn't want to like blow y'all brains just yet. So, the endocannabinoid receptors. So let's skip on to the receptors. Now, these receptors are found throughout your body. So the endocannabinoids, they bind to these receptors. So, for instance, let's say the receptor in your brain that makes your mood go up, similar to chocolate. So when you eat chocolate, it sends out those receptors like dopamine. I'm not a scientist, okay? So I know how it works. You know, so those receptors, that chocolate, whatever ingredients and things are in chocolate, it binds to that receptor in your brain that makes you feel good, that makes you want more chocolate. They like it's an aphrodisiac. So these are similar to that. So they bind to the receptors in order to signal your ECS to take action. So cannabis doesn't um, for instance, it doesn't make you do these things. It causes your body to react and naturally do those things. For instance, whatever type of, if you like sativa, so the receptors in your brain that help your mood lift. So they will bind to those receptors. So there are two main endocannabinoid receptors: CB1 receptors, which are mostly found in your central nervous system, your CNS, all right, and your CB2 receptors, which are mostly found in your peripheral nervous system, especially your immune system. So when I say they're everywhere, they are everywhere. Okay. For example, endocannabinoid might target CB1 receptors in a spinal nerve to relieve pain. So that's why people will use CBD or smoke THC, and that binds to those receptors in your spinal nerve to help relieve pain. Others might bind to a CB2 receptor in your immune cells to signal that your body's experiencing inflammation. So if you get hit or you have a injury, they bind to those receptors. A common sign of an autoimmune disorder sometimes as well. Okay, so also we'll move on. So just to recap, so the CB1 receptors are mostly found in your central nervous system. So it's like your brain and spinal cord. Okay. Your CB2 receptors are mostly found in your peripheral nervous system, like your immune system. Okay. All right. So, also now we'll move on to the enzymes. So the enzymes are responsible for breaking down endocannabinoids once they've carried out their function. So it takes your body longer to break those things down because they belong there. All right. So I remember Mike Tyson saying something along the lines of, if these things did not belong in our bodies, just like if you have cocaine or alcohol, those things don't stay in your system long because they're not supposed to be there. Cannabis shows up in your system longer. Well, THC shows up in your system because it's supposed to naturally be there. It's supposed to naturally help us, okay? So, the enzymes are responsible for breaking down those endocannabinoids once they've carried out their functions. So once they carried out their functions, like, they're not just going to hang around. So our body does what it's naturally supposed to do, and it'll get rid of that. Okay? So there are two main enzymes responsible for this. So there are fatty acid amide, AMIDE. I want to say it right. Hydrolase. So fatty acid amide hydrolase, which breaks down AEA monocycloserial acid lipase. See, that's that stuff I told you is deep, that we'll get into later, because I don't want to get tongue tied and mispronounce something and the information is all messed up. So what I'm going to tell you is there are two main enzymes responsible for that. We'll get into that later. All right. Because I don't want to throw y'all off, and I feel like if I don't say it right, y'all gonna be like, what is she saying? So I don't want to do that to y'all or myself. So basically, the endocannabinoid system is complicated, and like, there's so much research that's still needed to be done to be able to clarify, so it'll be clear to everybody exactly what cannabis can do for you. It's natural. Like, even if you don't want to do THC, there's CBD. There are still ways you can be helped by cannabis and not have to worry about whether or not it's going to show up in your system. You can still get help. So, so the source has linked researchers trusted sources have linked the ECS to the following processes, which is appetite, digestion, metabolism, chronic pain, inflammation, like mood, learning, and memory, motor control, sleep. So the list actually goes on and on and on. Bone remodeling and growth, liver function. So these functions all contribute to homeostasis. And I know you all have probably, if you are as old as I am, I'm not ashamed of my age. I'm 42, okay? Okay, hello. So if you're as old as I am, we were taught homeostasis in school. So homeostasis basically is just your body being in harmony. Nothing it is in disarray in your body. So no outside sources are affecting your insides. Okay, so they believe that maintaining homeostasis is the primary role of your endocannabinoid system. So um, this is all I'm going to basically cover for you today, because I don't want to get too deep, So just to recap, basically what I was trying to explain to you guys today is what the endocannabinoid system is, the functions of it, um, two main functions, two main endocannabinoid receptors. Remember your CB1 receptors, which are mostly found in what? Your central nervous system, okay, and your CB2 receptors, right? And these are found where? In your peripheral nervous system, especially your immune system. All right. We also talked about your enzymes. There are two main enzymes, which we're not going to go into right now. We're going to get into that. Don't worry. I got you. Okay. Don't worry. All right. So, we also talked about that basically the ECS is to try and help you maintain homeostasis. So I think I covered everything for the most part, the basics. If you guys have any questions, please, please, please leave it in our responses on our podcast, or you can go to my web page, which is BMORE, BMOREBUZZ.company, COMPANY.site, SITE. So BeMoreBuzz.company.site, or you can follow us on Instagram under Ken_I_Buzz. Also, my business page, which is BeMoreBuzz, BMORE_Buzz, BUZZ. Also on Instagram. You can also find us on Facebook under those same names. And again, guys, all of this information has been found and brought to you by Helpline.com. And that's going to do it for this segment. And I hope you guys learned something. I'm going to be back with more. Thank you.